All right, I'm Mark. Welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. I'm going to take you for a walk around our 2009 Holden Captiva LX 7-seat wagon today. By the end of this video, you're going to be staggered that this example of this car has got so much to offer. It's unbelievable. We'll start at the front of the car. You notice we've got factory fog lights, beautiful chrome grille. And you notice also for its age, bonnet Juco in really good order. Couple of very minor little touch-ups there, but you know, I'm being fairly pedantic even highlighting those. Coming down the right hand side of the car, we've got our indicators in our exterior mirrors. Notice it is fitted with factory 18-inch alloy wheels. We have put brand new tyres on the front, and the rear tyres you're looking at probably about 80 to 90% tread as well. Notice, really important to notice, the Juco coming down the right hand side of the car. Not a dent, not a scratch, not a mark. Really good order. And it continues as we come around to the rear of the car. A lot to offer the LX. You notice all the chrome running through the tailgate, chrome badging, reverse sensors. Does have a tow bar fitted, 1.7 tonne towing. It is a diesel, which we'll touch on shortly. Reverse camera. We'll also go more in depth with that when we move to the interior of the car. Unmarked on the back, we've got the scuff plate on the top of the rear bar. So overall, you know, the theme continues running around the exterior of the car in really good order. It doesn't change as we come down the left-hand side of the car. Once again, if you're going to see an alloy with a scuff mark on it, it's going to be this side of the car. They're absolutely unmarked. The Juco presents the same way as the rest of the car. I'm struggling to even find a dent or a scratch on this car. So overall, from an exterior point of view, a really good example of this motor car. Also, just prior to finishing the outside of the car, is also fitted with roof racks. So she's pretty much rigged up, ready to go. So moving under the bonnet now, a few things we'll run through. Bit of detail about the driveline. 2-litre turbo diesel motor. So it's going to give you 110 kilowatts or 320 Newton meters of power. How can it be or? And. Also 8.6 litres combined per 100 k's. So in excess of 750 kilometres to a tank of fuel. That is outstanding fuel economy. And you've got a bit of power there to deliver the performance you need when you load it up with the kids. All right, so back around to the tailgate. So we just release it, up she goes out of our way. Do notice we've got one of the third row seats set up, really just to demonstrate how easy it is to operate the third row seats. You notice where we've got this one set up at the moment, the depth in the footwell, where a lot of the 7-seater SUVs, you get to the third row seat and there's absolutely no room for an adult to sit. I can comfortably sit in these even at 6'1". So a lot more versatile, this car. It does have the internal width for baby seats as well if you've got lots of littlies. If we're not utilising this third row, simple matter of just pulling the release lever there and away she goes. Completely flat storage area. Another little storage compartment tucked in there. We've got our tow bar tongue, as I mentioned earlier, 1.7 tonne towing. We leave them in the car just so that they don't get stolen or I don't break my leg. So really versatile area for storage. You can drop your centre row seats down if needed for access, obviously. But overall, yeah, really good. You will notice we've got our roof mount DVD dropped down into operating position as well. It's probably just a good thing to highlight to you whilst we're at the rear of the car, but we'll also touch on that again in a minute or two. Just back to the tailgate, take two. We can release the rear glass window, just like that, and utilise the handle to pop that up out of the way. Just another way we can store stuff in the back of the Captiva if we need to, and you don't want to open the whole tailgate. All right, now we're on the inside of the Captiva, and I've got to say this is feature city. I'm going to show you so many features you're going to be tired by the time you finish watching the internal part of the video. We'll start with our driver's armrest, and you notice we've got leather inserts in the armrests of all of the doors. We've got our power window switches, manual button to lock and unlock the doors, and yeah, no, beautiful finish in the door trims. We've got our brightness button for the dashboard for night time, just illuminate the dash, and then our power mirror switch here on the left side of that as well. We do, on the indicator stalk, you will notice it is light sensitive headlights, so they will turn themselves on automatically at night time, or even before night time, just when it's getting dark. On our leather wrapped steering wheel, we have all of our controls for our cruise control from factory, and then all of our controls for our audio as well. Turn it on and off, the mode that you're using, volume controls at the back there, tilt and reach adjustable steering wheel, set ourselves up nice and comfy and just lock it away into place. See how simple that procedure is, fantastic. Then as we move to the left hand side here, you do notice they have added aftermarket Bluetooth. Really simple operation. It took me about 15 seconds to pair my phone to this car earlier. We do have a brake controller down there as well. Important to note, obviously, as we mentioned earlier, fitted with a tow bar. If you're contemplating towing in excess of 750 kilo, you should have one of them fitted by law anyway. Now, as we move into the center console section, plenty of options. We'll start up the top, a little storage container there, quite deep, so you can put a couple of goodies in. And you notice we've got our factory sat nav. Have a look how detailed that screen is, even though it does look by the picture that we're sitting on swampland. Indicating all the adjoining streets as well as where we're sitting right now in the dealership. Number 20 Kangan Drive, Berwick, Victoria. Also, as we touched on earlier, we do have reverse camera and sensors. A really, really clear indicator of exactly what you've got behind you. Yeah, one of the better quality reverse cameras that you'll come across. Moving below now, digital clock. Do have a manual button to disengage downhill descent control if required. We also have a manual button to turn off our traction control if needed. Don't even know why they put them in cars. It's a little bit silly, I think. 6-stack in-dash CD player, MP3 compatible. Then all of our other controls, or our main controls for our head unit for our music. Once again, as I touched off on, we can control a lot of that by the actual steering wheel anyway. Also, you notice we do have our heating and cooling controls here. All very straightforward. Just set it to the temperature you require. When you're setting that, it'll just come up on the bottom of the dash. Bottom of the dash, it's not a dash. Bottom of the sat nav screen, just to indicate your temperature, what fan speed. We've got this car running, aircon running at fan speed too, but you can't even hear it. We come right down the bottom again now. We've got our 12 volt outlet or input and our USB as well. So yeah, it's feature packed, this car. Move to our transmission now. We've got, you can just select drive as normal, or we can move across into sports mode, which enables you to just change through the gears manually. Indicated up there on the dashboard, or lock it back in. It does also have winter mode as well. And we move back, cup holders in the guts and handbrake just on the side there. You notice that handbrake flushing out of your way once it's disengaged. Also, you do note on a long trip, we can actually slide the console lid forward, just so the driver's got a bit of an armrest. Don't worry about the passenger, get your arm off. As long as the driver's comfy, that's the main thing. Or we just lock it back into place. Little storage compartment there as well for your coinage, as long as the kids don't know, because they'll probably steal it all. And then we can open it up into a really large storage area as well. Now, being the LX, next feature that we'll show you, all of the seating in the car. We've already touched on the door trims. Full leather interior, so that's from the front to the second row to the third row seats, full leather. Just some lovely, attractive finish running through the dash and the door trims all through the car. That nice silver on black just sets it off. Also, really important to note, this car is fitted with front, side, and curtain airbags. So, you know, most times people are looking at this car as an economical family option, and you know that you're guaranteed you've got all the safety internally. Also, as we touched on earlier, is fitted with a roof mount DVD. So once again, really simple operation. I won't show you the actual DVD in operation today because I've left all my DVDs at home. But just to give you an idea, that's the screen when we drop it down. I've just hit the power on button, and I don't have to use the main control there. It's also got a remote and a couple of headsets. So going on a long trip, whack a DVD in, throw the kids the headphones, and you're done and dusted. You won't hear from them for the whole trip. Fantastic. Last thing I will touch on whilst we're just running through the interior of the car, and I hope I haven't baffled you with too many features because it's just got so much to offer, this car. Our service history, really good service history. Every service stamped all the way through, except one. And then we've done the current service as well. So service right up to date. And really, when you look at the interior and the interior of the car, it's no surprise that it presents like this. It's been maintained well, it's been really well looked after. So, in summary, a lot to like about this car. And we took a bit of time on the interior because there's so much to offer. All the airbags, 18-inch alloys, near new tyres. You've got the economy, 8.6 litres per 100 k's, fitted with a tow bar, sat-nav, reverse camera, roof mount DVD. I could talk all day about this car. And for an example of a Holden Captiva of this year and vintage, outstanding order. Feel free to give us a ring if you've got any further questions. 9907 0555. Outstanding value, that.